Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo-Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, 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 katipunan. Radyo, radyo, katipunan. Radyo, radyo, katipunan.
Welcome to World College Radio Day. This is Radio-Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio, where you can listen to music you want straight from our playlists. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM.
In light of the recent lockdowns due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all upcoming episodes of Seniors on Air Radio are pre-recorded. This ensures that the production of our episodes can continue, while at the same time ensuring the safety of our hosts and interviewees, as well as giving our technical team enough space to maneuver within the technological limits that we have to face. We certainly can't wait to see you again live from our radio station. Until then, come fly with us at the safety of our own homes and enjoy the episode.
Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM.
What's soaring, Eagles? Welcome back to another episode of SOAR. I'm Iana Lau, DJ Orange.
And I'm DJ CJ.
I'm DJ Yana.
And I'm DJ EJ.
And today we will be discussing Buwan ng Wika in the ASHS. Buwan ng Wika in the ASHS, at least the celebrations for the last 2 years, have been, at the very least, an enigma. Oddly, as if we live on a different time frame, we celebrate Buwan ng Wika and everything Filipino almost 2 months after August. Nevertheless, Buwan ng Wika has always been one of my favorite celebrations aside from holiday parties, as we get to dress, eat, and bask in everything and anything Filipino. So, do you guys remember how we celebrated Buwan ng Wika last year?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I do.
It was memorable for us, for our class, 11 pupil, kasi we joined Harana, and even though na hindi kami nanalo, it was fun kasi everyone gets to participate in the class. Ganun. So, class bonding sort of activity na rin siya for us. And classmates kami ni EJ pala. Sorry for cutting you off.
Okay, that's fine.
So, parang same experience kami ni EJ.
Okay, as for 11 Myers, sumali din kami ng Harana. Hindi ko maalala kung nanalo kami. At hindi ako kasama sa production team. So, I didn't know the ins and outs of the music video, but watching it was actually pretty amusing. It was entertaining. Not because I'm laughing at my classmates, but because I was actually surprised at how much talent my classmates have. Like, they're musicians, they can act, even in the online setup. So for me, it was a good way for me to get to know them on an intimate level.
Ikaw, EJ, may ma-add ka ba dun sa sinabi ni Yana?
Well, kasi last year, actor ako sa music video. Kaya,
Panoorin niya na! Ano kanta kinowers mo?
secret. Pero ayun.
Tapos sabihin mo lang na sino partner mo. Para naman,
Ay, wow.
This is very professional. Pero, shout out. Pero, anyway, ayun, actor kasi ako last year. Kaya parang nag-cringe ako kapag pinapanood yung music video. Pero super, super thankful ako na nagawa nila ng paraan yung music video para mukha namang presentable. And kahit na di kami nanalo, we still tried our best. And that's the most important thing. Yun. Yeah.
also, share ko lang, kasi last year, part ako sa team na kumanta, like nag-cover ng song. Tapos
We got a songer.
Songer to eh.
Sample.
guys, ako lang to, charot. But, pero I was frustrated nung recording kasi I had to like re-record a certain part for like so long. Parang nakailang tries ako. Nakailang email ako ng voice recording ko dun sa sa mismong mag-edit ng audio file. Pero yes, maayos naman, guys. I did my best. I tried my best. And yes, fruitful naman, I guess.
It's a sample na si Yana.
Oo nga. Parang naging advertisement to para sa music video. Panoorin niyo na mamaya. So, yun. Shout out to 11 Torres. Sorry lang, pero hanggang ngayon di ko pa napapanood fully yung video kasi actor din. Tapos,
Wait, wasn't Yana our actor in our promotional video?
Kaya pala, Yana. Meron ng background. Okay.
My experience, syempre. Pero yun, like that song, man, I don't know. Pero ox lang. Plot twist, namatay ako dun. So, panoorin niyo, dramatic kami. So,
Wait,
yun.
what song did you guys cover?
Hindi ko na maalala, my goodness. Pero lahat tayo nag-cover ng Eraserhead songs. Tama ba?
River Maya.
River Maya.
I think every class has a different artist.
Oh.
They get to pick what song from that artist yung i-cover nila. So that's something that I think would also happen this year. Tama ba?
Baka. But, yun. We did Harana last year. Ours was a little bit cringe. I wouldn't watch it unless you wanna laugh. And, yun. As a part of the Media and Creative Arts District, or MCAD, we're very proud to promote Bihis Pinoy and Tudlaan, which are programs manned by the Art Guild, Pugad, and Highlights in our own district, diba? So, what are you most excited for this year's plans? Since alam natin na tutuloy yung Harana, Orix, Bihis Pinoy, and stuff like that. Hi, CJ.
Okay, so for me, I think I'd actually be excited for the editorial. Alam ko lalabas siya, I'm not sure though, but next month ba? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think that one is something new compared to last year, a new edition that we can all have, that we can have a copy of. And I think all of you should look forward to that.
Shout out to Highlights, no? Pabibo kasi Aluncina this year, diba? Damay nating programs. Not only Orix and Harana, meron din maraming iba. So, yun. Yana, what are you excited for?
I think I'm looking forward for Orix. Kasi, actually, we just had our meeting nung Wednesday with our class. So, parang we delegated tasks already. Tapos, wala lang ang fun kasi last year, ang gaganda kasi ng music videos and songs ng mga seniors. So, madaming songers sa class namin. So, I feel like, palaban ng Gradetsky this year. Sorry kayo. Abangan, charot.
Hinahamon tayo. DJ?
Ako naman, feeling ko, I'm looking forward to be a Pinoy. Kasi nung face-to-face pa sa junior high school namin ni Yana, may mga contest din na ganon. And super fun talaga. And you just miss the crowds roaring sa covered courts, ganon. Kaya I feel like this new segment sa Buwan ng Wika, it would be a great opportunity to express their talents and the creativity that each ASHS student has. Kaya ayun. Very, very excited for that.
I think yung BS Pinoy, siguro if we would compare it to the face-to-face setup, I think it would be like yung Buwan ng Wika, Mr. and Miss Buwan ng Wika ata, ganun, binibini and something. And, sorry, nakalimutan ko na kung ano yung tawag sa kanila. Basta yung pageant tuwing Buwan ng Wika and everyone would just dressed up super, fancy, ganyan. Tapos, usually, ang contest pa nga dyan is recycled things. May experience ng mga ganyan si EJ kasi nung junior high school, parati namin yung panlaban. Ano ba kayo? Beauty queen ng class namin yan, si EJ.
It fits so well. Galing-galing ni EJ. Kami din actually. Memories from junior high. Kami, our school was super small. So, 2 lang yung classes namin sa school ko. So then, sa batch namin at least. Tapos yung batch namin, yung palaging proud namin is panalo namin sa Buwan ng Wika. Kasi kami yung parang creative class, gano'n. Short for hindi masyadong katalino yung kabila. Pero yun. Joke. So anyway, yun. We used to do poem recitals, balagtasan, and it's really such a big memory. Pati dancerist pala. So anyway, it's Buwan ng Wika celebration has always been really dear, good memory for me, big part of my school life, ganon. So, moving forward, talking about more celebrating at least, Filipino media, right, as a broadcasting org. John Arcila recently won the Best Actor at the 78th Venice Film Festival for his performance on the film On the Job. So, meron ba kayong mga favorite films na memories or gano'n?
It's been a while kasi, diba, since we've been through the cinemas. Kasi usually we would watch Filipino films during MMFF, yung film festival, usually on December, but now it's been a while. I haven't watched Filipino movies except for the ones on Netflix, and they're not my favorites. I'm gonna say that they're not my favorites. But as for films, I think I don't know. I'd say the history films that Netflix has. I think because they're the ones that I've recently watched, and while they don't really depict yung kabuuan ng kasaysayan ng Pilipinas, it still allows us to embrace the heroes that we have in the Philippines. So, di ba? Humanista talaga.
Humes.
Totoo, kasi nakuyano ka din. Scan color! Pero ako, siguro, I'll just add, dun sa memory ni CJ na MMFF. I remember before, we used to have like yung isang malaking ticket, and then if you have that parang, I don't know, voucher ticket or of some sort, ipepresent mo siya dun sa sinehan, and then you will only pay 1 peso, and like for lahat ng movie na available sa MMFF, pwede mong panoorin, and it will only cost you 1 pesos. Dati meron kaming ganun, so parati kaming nanonood during MMFF. And siguro, another is, if you're asking for my favorite film, na Filipino film, I wouldn't say na favorite, pero yung term, I think more on I enjoy films directed by Direk Hattie Garcia Molina. So, like I think everyone would know like One More Chance, Just Dating the Gangster, Four Sisters and a Wedding, ma, sorry ma, all those stuff. So yes, yun yung parang na-enjoy ko. Like with regards to Filipino films.
Sino ba makakalimutan ni Cassie Garcia Molina? Lahat ng films na napapanood ko, feeling ko nagpa-pop up siya somewhere here or there. So, yun. EJ?
Ako naman, MMFF memory ko, nung grade 10. Nung grade 10, may requirement kami sa MAP eh. Na-required kami manood ng isang MMFF movie. Pero although hindi siya original Filipino movie, pero super nakakaiyak siya. And yung pinanood namin, Miracle in a Cell number 7, pero Filipino version. And then, ayun talaga, paglabas ko ng sinihan, umiiyak talaga ako kasi super sad ng story niya. Especially kapag pinanood niyo yung Korean version niya. Grabe. Tapos, favorite movie, ayun, kapag Katniel talaga, number 1. I love Katniel so much. Pero di ako super fan, pero I love their movie so much. And yung pinaka-favorite ko siguro is yung The House of Us. Ilang beses kong iniyakan yun, grabe. Pero ayun, stay strong sa Katniel.
How did you guys watch the film Panty Sisters?
I think hindi ko pa narinig yung movie na yun.
Okay, so it was this film, hindi ko na alam kung kailan namin napanood, but we watched this film in theater, and it was probably also part of the Metro Manila Film Festival, right? And it like depicts like 3 gay brothers, and then their whole, basta buong pamilya nila gay. And then it was like, okay, I understand, like medyo rocky to syempre sa Pilipinas you're like, okay. But to be honest, I've never laughed so hard in a film in a long time. So that film is like really memorable to me, one of the last films we were able to watch in theaters. Kasi, but then, may plot twist doon na sobrang ayaw ko. Like, biglang naging weird yung movie nung plot twist na yun. Pero, won't spoil, syempre. Yun. Like CJ, I really appreciate the historical films like Goyo and Luna, because even if it depicts our country's heroes not in a perfect way, like, nakikita mo naman yung flaws nila and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, he's kind of sus right now, but you'll be like, oh, I really appreciate learning more about their role in Philippine history. So, as a gusher for Philippine history, kahit nasa STEM, I really appreciate those films. And you can also really tell the higher production value of those films, and you're like, yes, I appreciate. But really, a larger part of my childhood is the cheesy films that Juliana mentioned earlier, because my lola, despite being fully Chinese, loves Filipino films, and si Nadine tsaka si James. Wait, James ba? Mali ba? Wait, oh my God.
Tama, James.
Okay. Tama.
Nadine.
Favorite niya yon, as in every time nasa airport bibili siya ng magazine ng James and Nadine, and then we would watch all of their films on theater and stuff like that. So Filipino film, despite being fully Chinese, is honestly more memorable to me than Chinese films. Pero yung moving forward naman, broadening the media spectrum, do you have any favorite Filipino productions? Like TV shows or YouTube channels, ganon?
For TV shows, ang naaalala ko lang, and super tagal na nito, mga Encantadia. Tama ba? Yung bata pa tayo. Although hindi ko siya natutukan, it was still like in the TV channel, and I would watch it when I was bored. Kapag walang gagawin na assignment or tinatamad matulog. But then, now that we're at an age wherein the internet's here and it's just one click away, I actually enjoy Recreate. And I think Iana enjoys this one too, wherein it's just like a bunch of Filipinos just discussing about culture, modern culture, opinions. Other than that, oh, there's this one podcast. I think it's the one with Sab Magalona. I enjoy that one. So that one is Good Morning Sab. I'm not sure, but I've encountered it and I've listened to it a couple of times. It's a really good podcast that discusses adulting. So there, I have some recommendations. I think you guys should check it out.
So for me, siguro early childhood memory muna tayo. Kasi before, diba, syempre, wala pa namang Netflix and stuff. So we'd usually watch yung mga primetime TV novelas, tas yung panggabi, like, kailangan after dinner, okay, kailangan tapos na akong kumain by 8 kasi mag-show na yung inaabangan kong show. So parang yun yung pinaka memorable lang sa akin, and I just want to share baka kasi madaming tao yung makarelate. And I think one production na talagang, I think not just me yung nakaka-enjoy is yung mga noontime shows, maybe Showtime, or if sa kabilang network, Bulaga. I think that's something na most families nakatutok. And hanggang ngayon, it's something na nag-entertain sa kanila. And with podcast naman, lately, I've been listening to Gabi ng Bading. And it's a very, parang lately lang siya na-establish na podcast, and it's hosted by AC. Like, if you search for AC sa YouTube, meron din siya. It's AC's Life. And, pero kasi yung content niya is more on, film production, something yung course niya in college. So, I think somewhat connected sa ating topic. And yung isa pang host is Yani. Parang social media person, sila, ganyan. Parang influencer, kumbaga. And I love their podcast kasi it's just so real. Tas yung perspective nila sa mga bagay-bagay, it's very alam mo yun, parang nakaka-relate ka. So, super Gen Z, kumbaga. And, yes, it's just so fun and refreshing kapag nanonood ka sa kanila. I like, sometimes yung episode pa nga, as in no filter. So, parang magugulat ka na lang na, oh my God, they're talking about this stuff. Is it really okay na parang to broadcast this? Parang ganun. Pero super fun niya. You should, siguro try na pakinggan one episode. And, yeah, that's for me.
Okay, for me naman, siguro ng childhood ko, parang favorite ko talaga Mara Clara. O diba, bata pa lang, puro drama na ang buhay. Pero ayun, grabe inabangan ko yun dati sa TV namin. And then lagi akong naawa kay Mara kasi lagi siyang inaapi ni Clara. Ganon. And then, ano pa ba? Favorite ko rin dati, Growing Bulilit. Kahit na super corny ng mga jokes nila minsan. Ano pa rin, parang it's really fun to watch. And dati, yun yung dream job ko, maging part ng Growing Bulilit. Ganun ako dati. Tapos, recently naman, actually a few years ago, parang may one time na sumikat yung Filipino Broadway na, what do you call this?
Ano doon?
Yung si Joy, pati si...
Huling El Vivo?
Ang huling El Bimbo.
Ang huling El Bimbo. Hindi talaga ako Broadway junkie, just like Juliana. Pero yun talaga, nung time na sumikat yon, parang na-intrigue ako kung ano ba storyline na to. And then, super galing ni Gab Pangilinan. Gabe, hands down. Kaya ayun, it's one of my favorites pa yan until now.
Speaking of Broadway, kasi bining up ni EJ, pero eto na. Kasi, before, parang meron kaming training sa, like, naka-experience ako ng, sa PETA. And wala ang fun kasi sila yung nag-produce ng Rock of Ages, which is something na, kilala din. And I remember, one, parang theater production na gustong-gusto ko din is Mula sa Buwan. I remember planning na manood kasi alam ko sa Arete yun dyan sa Ateneo. Yung, I don't know, I'm not really sure kung Arete or something, basta yung venue for view, like yung where you can watch Mula sa Buwan is sa Ateneo. And tapos parang meron nga, like last year ata yun na parang sabi nila magkita-kita sa buwan, parang lahat, may bago, magpapalabas ulit, blah blah blah. Tapos parang super excited ako, and alam ko may classmate ako nung junior high school na pare-parehas kami na gustong manood, pero ayun, sabi nila hindi na daw ulit mauulit. Parang ang sakit, parang I really want to watch again, pero wala na daw. Yun lang, share ko lang.
Going off the Broadway thing, ako din, I love Broadway. But I'm not a songer like Juliana. I really like, like growing up, my mom also really likes these theater shows. So we watched a lot of international productions. Pero yun nga, like Wicked, and one of my favorite ones is Hamilton and Dear Evan Hansen, all of those things. But it's all international, right? And I've never seen one na gawang Filipino. Like we have like Filipinos doing American or international productions like Annie, but never gawang Filipino talaga na Filipino yung songs that I'm super aware of. But when Ang Huling El Bimbo became popular, I was very happy because I was like, this is something I can talk about with my cousins who live outside the country, and then showing na parang this is a really good production from the Philippines. Yun. I'm also a TV fiend. I think hindi normal childhood ko. Puro TV yung nasa ulo ko. As in, I don't even know if I studied. Pero parang napanood ko din yung parang Please Be Careful With My Heart.
Totoo. Si Yaya at saka si Sir Chief.
Si Mr. Chen, gano'n.
Alam ko, sumikat yung parang term na parang, you're so GRRRR dahil kay Janela Salvador. Alam, yun din naaalala ko sa Please Be Careful With My Heart. Wala, nakarelate lang ako, so sorry.
No, go lang. We love, Please Be Careful With My Heart. Tapos, Chinoy representation, di ba? Aside from that, Jody Santa Maria, who acts in Please Be Careful With My Heart, is also in this film called Anak. Sorry, I forgot to mention it earlier, but Anak is, I think, one of the best Filipino films that I've watched. And it really, is so beautifully written and shot and everything. So I like that film very, very much. And I haven't seen a film na recent na masasabi ko, it's better than Anak. Pero, baka hot take. Aside from that, I also like Recreate, which CJ mentioned earlier, because they have a lot of insightful content. It ranges from provocative content like the podcast that Juliana mentioned earlier, to more historical or more political content, about the anti-terror bill and stuff like that. So just learning more about their perspective on it and blah blah blah. I really appreciate that channel as well. So yun. Moving forward, do you have any favorite Filipino musical artists? Yo.
I think everybody's gonna say, Ben and Ben. I mean, to be fair, that they do have good songs, I have to say. Even their production is high quality. But other than that, Muni Muni, that's one. And then I also like Siddhartha. I'm not too sure because I think she's connected to one of the band members na old. I'm not sure kung Eraserheads ba siya or River Maya. Basta her dad is the guitarist. And so she kind of picked up that musical instinct. I could be wrong. But her songs, they first started with love. But now she's tackling complex issues like representation of women in media and how sometimes they're sexualized. So she tackles them in a very interesting way. And if you watch her musical videos, that one is actually thought-provoking because there's a lot of symbolism tied into it. What about the others?
Siguro for me, kasi ako, I grew up hearing a lot of Parokya ni Edgar, Silent Sanctuary, Eraserheads, River Maya. Pero right now, like currently, I'm listening to this band called Cup of Joe. And also, I love yung songs ng The Wrigley's, if familiar kayo sa kanila. And ayun, siguro somewhat related dun sa sabi ni CJ kanina na an artist na kilala ko rin na nagtatackle ng social issues sa mga songs niya is Bullet Dumas. And super ganda ng song niya. And pati yung lyrics, parang oh my God, parang ganun yung vibes na parang paano niya na nagagawang gawing kanta yung ganitong bagay. And I was introduced to that artist by our student teacher ng grade 9. Kasi I remember her presenting a song, yung, I forgot the title, pero about kay Sisa. Kasi I remember yung topic namin nun is No Limitang Ere. And nasa character kami ni Sisa, and yun, yung may song siya na related to that. Yun lang yung artists na talagang tumatatak sa akin.
Okay, so ako naman, I don't really listen to OPM. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to my ancestors. Pero I do find some songs really interesting. And by interesting, I mean super interesting. Kasi you guys know Kanto hits. I don't really want to call it the J word.
I like yung songs na usually yung nagdidinig mo bawat scroll mo sa TikTok.
Tama. Kaya, kasi it reminded me so much of junior high school na kapag vacant period, may classmates who just blast music. Tapos yung mga kanta nila, yung mga, it really hurts ang magmahal ng ganito, yung mga ganon. And it's so funny kasi even though it appeals as a song that doesn't have the lyricism and sometimes it has provocative themes, it's catchy and it definitely molded Filipino culture naman. So ayun, that's for me.
Try-door din ako sa bansa ko. My goodness, I do not know a lot of artists. So like CJ said earlier, I am one of the basic people. When we were going to because my house is very, very far from Ateneo. So, go on the way to the Ateneo to take the exam, yung A-shape. Yung nagbubuhay sa akin is Ben and Ben's Limasa Street. Sorry, I'm bad. I can't say it correctly.
Limasawa Street.
Yeah, that's their full album. That is, I think, one of my favorite albums of all time. Maybe it's also because there's a personal attachment, but that album is so impeccable. Like I love that album very, very much. Aside from that, I also really like Juan Carlos again, basic again. But his latest song where the music video was him riding atop of car, tapos manonotice mo yung EDSA sa likod niya. Like I don't know, I just really like that MV and I like his song and stuff like that. So, yun. Na-excite ako sa mga recommendations ni CJ and Yana since I like it. I would love to listen to more Filipino music. Yan. So, that's it, actually, for this episode. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Stop muna! Welcome to SOAR's Update Corner. So, we just recently went through a week-long break. Kung consider ba yung break na yun kasi marami sa inyo, I know, may diba, mga work pa. So, how was the break for you guys?
For me, I just slept. I overslept a lot because I was just trying to catch on sleep that I lost over the finals week. And I hardly talked to anyone because I would wake up late and then I would just eat and then watch series. I guess at that point, I was just trying to have some time for myself because last quarter, we had a lot of group works. So a lot of my time was dedicated on group works itself, which was kind of exhausting because you always have to update, check on your group mates, check on your work's progress. And so it was a nice, like, chill time, alone time for me. What about Yana?
Well, actually, even if it was break, I did not actually feel that way. Kasi merong mga college applications that I had to accomplish. Kasi first quarter was very heavy for me. So parang na-imagine ko na if it was that heavy, paano pa yung second, third, and fourth? So sinimulan ko nang mag-ayos ng college applications nung break. And even if meron namang madami akong ginagawa during the break, I still got like rest, ganyan. Kasi I was able to catch up with some of my friends. We talked, tapos nagdi-Discord nights kami, ganyan. And then I was able to binge watch. So I think that's my way of resting na rin. And yes. How about you, Jaja? Kamusta ang rest bilang isang junior, ang break?
I think it was a very productive break. I would say productive because I see, self-care. It's a productive thing to do, and I was able to watch some of my favorite shows. I read some books, and even though I'm still a junior, I'm already thinking about college, because since we're applying next year, I already thought about college. I talked with my parents on college and talked with my friends on just planning, just getting a head start on it. And there was some work that I did this break, but I still got my rest, so it was still a good break. And I actually went out of the city again. I went out of the city and we visited this cave here called Judas Cave, and the Filipino community actually calls it Judas Cave because there's speculations that Judas actually stayed there in that cave. And yeah, I just wanted to share.
Sana all na nasa Ridayan, hindi sa Pilipinas, hindi tayo makalabas. So, yun. What shows did you guys watch? I heard you guys all watch shows. Anong pinanood niya?
Oh, since I think everyone naman alam to, kasi it was like booming. So I really had to, parang ako na lang yung hindi pa nakakanood. So I watched Squid Game. And natapos ko siya, like, I started ng medyo early. Tapos, natapos ko na siya the same day. Natulog ko ng 5 a.m. Okay, wag tularan. Wag tularan. But yeah, it was fun. Pero the ending, I won't spoil. Baka kasi may mga manunood pa lang na nakikinig ng SOAR. But the ending, hindi ko siya nagustuhan. Because first episode until like yung how many episodes yun? Like 9 episodes. Pero ang daming nangyari sa episodes na yun. Pero nung mag-e-end na, parang lahat, parang, huh? Parang hindi ako na-satisfy nung ending. Like, I needed more. Ganong feels. How about you, CJ? Ano yung mga pinanood mo? Or like,
I tried getting into Squid Game. I didn't last 15 minutes in one episode. So I kind of dropped it. I know it was a huge thing. It's trending, but
yeah,
it's not my vibe, as in. But I am watching Japanese drama. Right now I'm watching Ateneo Lives Alone. And it's a really heartwarming story for me. And it's pretty chill. I think you can already guess my kind of genre. I don't really like intense TV shows because I just find myself like, like, it doesn't make sense. And you have to follow the pace, and sometimes you're just really left confused. But so far, that's what I have. I've also been watching Harry Potter films just for the nostalgia. I think Jaja has a lot to share because she's been reading books and I haven't read books in a while other than for required readings.
So true. Lahat ng readings, diba? Parang yun na lang yung binabasa mo. Wala nang ibang, like, ibang books na nababasa mo. I think si Ayana din ata nagbabasa, right?
Sinayang ko break ko. Nagbasa lang ako ng manhwa buong time. Like, I read like 7 manhwas in 4 days. Tapos I kept saying, okay, I need to stop because I feel like I'm going to die if I keep reading. Kasi alam mo yung parang fever siya. Parang addicted ka na addicted. Tapos when it ends, you just feel so empty and lonely. But it's okay. Yun. Napanood ko din yung Squid Game. But yung parang, hindi ako good sa gore. But I finished it anyway. I think the strong suit of the show talaga is the human aspect of the show. Like once I got past the super like gore na hindi talaga I'm so bad with it. What really stood out is the people. You know, kasama din ako sa sa Jungkook sa fever ng sa followers na na-add sa kay Sebyok.
Kasi napanood ko yun sa YouTube na, like, they said na after Squid Game was released, they got a lot of followers daw sa Instagram. Like, international followers.
Kasama tayo dun na. How about you, Ja?
I also watched Squid Game. I finished Squid Game during the break, and I agree with Yana on the last episode because I wasn't very satisfied with it. It's the last. I thought it would be like a bit more climactic, but it was very like it went down, and I'm not that excited for the next season. But I guess I want to watch the next season, but it's not as exciting as it could have been. And I really liked, besides all the gore, I felt like it talked about the poverty and the rich people in Korea, and it's just actually not in Korean, the world in general, and it's just a really good analogy. Is it analogy or a metaphor on how money revolves around the world? Because in that game, you know, they're desperate and they'd rather like play the game and die than go back to their normal life since they have debt, and the rich people just watch them throw their lives away for money, and it's a sad reality that we have right now.
That's over debt.
Oo nga.
So, may book reco ko ba, Jaja, of all the books you read? Ano yung good?
What did I finish? I finished a romance novel by Colleen Hoover. I don't know if you know her, but she it was really good. It's called It Ends With Us. The title, It Ends With Us. And it's really good. It's recommended by a lot of book readers who like romance novels, and it's just wow, everything about the book. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a good book to get into without knowing anything about it. Because at some point, it's like the half of the book is a totally different story from the next half of the book. And I also started All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Is that how I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but it's a good book. It's historical fiction though, which I've never really read a historical fiction before, so it's my first time reading one, and it's kind of a hard read because it's very descriptive. It's difficult. Yeah, so yeah.
Pero I've heard so much about I've heard so much of yung first book na na-mention mo, kasi I also have friends na who really loves reading, and I think nire-recommend din nila yun, pero I actually can't read right now. Ang dami nangyayari, hindi ko na alam kung ano uunahin. Pero I will take note of that. I will read kapag pwede na. And
Yeah.
update naman about the ASHS happenings. What should we expect now that we are coming into second quarter?
Kahit may break, walang break mga taga-org. So, updates lang on buwan ng wika, which we previously talked about. More specific instructions on the events such as the Bihis Pinoy and Tudlaan have been uploaded on the respective orgs pages like the Art Guild and Pugad. Yes. There's more, right, Yana?
Yes, and if you're interested in joining sa Balagtasan, you should go check out analysis in this course district. Like the mainly I think ASHS Moon Model United Nations. Yes. And Debate Society.
Yarn. Aside from that, the town hall debates are also ongoing. So to our juniors who are participating, good luck. And let's all vote wisely. Woo.
Yes, remember to vote wisely, guys. Participate in voting kasi practice your right to vote. Yes, tama. Very timely.
Also, good luck to the candidates. Continue serving ASHS. I think that's going to be one of your strongest pursuits in the community because even in this online setup, we want to still feel united and we function as one community. So for the voters, vote wisely. For the candidates, good luck. And I hope that whole of APCO and the APCO hopes that your endeavors will blossom in the ASHS.
Ika nga nila, huwag magsawang maglingkod.
Hindi nawawala sa mga rejection letter. Huwag magsawang maglingkod, ASHS.
Grabe naman, pati rin naman sa acceptance letter, kasama din yon. Good luck everyone and I hope masaya ang inyong start ng second quarter.
Let's get back into it. Bye! How about you guys? What's your favorite films, productions, and songs? Please comment below or artists. So yes, we'll move on to the shout-out session now, starting with CJ.
Shout out to Di ba pwedeng shout out? Siguro shout out to the team for APCO because Involvement Week just finished and we're actually excited to welcome our juniors and possibly seniors on board. So thank you for choosing APCO. We're looking forward to your productions. And I'd like to give a shout out to my classmates. Sana kaya niyo pa ba? Sa mga seniors, senioritis is hitting hard and it's just first quarter. But I hope you guys are still doing well. We're in this together.
Siguro ako, shout out to the new addition to our family, sa ating undersecretary, promotions head, and to our production assistants. Hello and welcome. And siguro another shout out for my class, Gradetsky. Sana kaya nyo pa, kinakaya nyo pa. And same message sa ating buong ASHS community. Stay strong, guys. ASHS stronger. Kailangan 1 week na lang. Please. Push nyo na yan.
Me, shout out to my classmates and to our new minions, especially kay Eman, kay Ace, and Aidan. Sana ready na kayo sa trabaho. Tapos, siguro, shout out to our viewers for reaching this part. Thank you so much for watching. And then, shout out to myself kasi by the time nang papapanood to ng viewers natin, 18 na ako. Oh my God, ang ganda ko na. Pero ayun.
With that, pwede pa natin kantahan ng very, very short advance happy birthday si Mari J.
Yes,
1, 2, 3! Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday to you! Yes, legal age.
Legality. So, yun. Shout out to my class. I hope we don't fail next week sa physics. Yay! Happiness. Let's be happy forever. and APCO for always being super considerate, syempre, of me. And our new additions to the APCO, I'm very thankful that you've chosen to take on this position. And to our new members, we're very excited to meet you. I hope you're excited to meet us din, diba? Cheeky. So that's all for today's SOAR episode. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and goodbye.
Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors on Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors on Air, here on Radyo-Katipunan 87.9 FM.